Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All things Middle Earth here with a video for you on the Witch King. We finally managed to unlock him on our account, so we're going to take a look at his skills, his stats, and the stuff I have on him, the equipment I have on him, and how I best think he's going to be used in the Lord of the Rings The Rise to War. So let's get right into it. All right, you heard me correctly. We have the Witch King. This is actually our Witch King right here. We finally unlocked him. And I wanted to first look at his different abilities or his skills, and then we'll look at his stats and the items I have on him. Again, we unlocked him opening 500 Matham's chest. We did not full pull him. We had to do it the hard way. I'll have that linked in the top right if you're interested in watching that pack opening. It was crazy. It was a great time. Just bad luck for us. But the skills you're going to want to go into first are going to be Black Captain. This is for orcs, Uruk-hai, evil men, and trolls. They're going to deal damage up to plus 30% when that's maxed out, and they're also going to get an extra 2 HP when this is maxed out. The next ability we're going to go into is going to be Convener. This is for the first 2 rounds. All allied units gain initiative and a 75% chance to attack twice each round. These are the main 2 skills you want to go into first, especially if you have them at low respect like I do. These 2 alone are going to be very, very, very good, and the Witch King is very, very useful at low respect, which is really nice because some commanders are not that way, but it's going to be nice. He's probably going to be best utilized at respect 3, I think, but I think you get a lot of use out of him at respect 0. So Black Captain and Convener. I have the other points I have into Mortal Commander right now just until I get him to respect 3, which just reduces the damage that is received. So that's going to be maxed out at 14% that you see there, which is solid. It's not a bad one. But if you have R3, I'll show you in a second what you want to do before you would go into Mortal Commander. But that's the first ability. The next ability up here, which we're not going to be going into, is Lord of the Nazgul. And this is against the enemy commander. They deal 2% less damage starting out, so up to 30% maxed out, and they also have a chance of being stunned at the max level effect there. So solid ability, but I just don't think it's going to stand up to Black Captain and Ring Wraith that we're going to get into in a second. The adjacent abilities here are going to be Break Defense, which deal physical damage and lower defense for 1 round, and you also have Inflame, where normal attacks cause an additional 10.7% burn damage starting out. So solid, but we're just not going to use that for him at the moment. Maybe if you have him at high respect and level 50, there would be enough points to do a little bit of everything, but Black Captain and Convener first. Then you're going to be looking at Ring Wraith, which is a very common ability for I think all the Ring Wraiths have it actually. You're going to be increasing burn, poison, and focus damage received by 2% against all enemies, as well as an extra 15 focus for that being maxed out. So again, extra damage here, extra damage here, and then we're going to go into Nazgul Screech. When maxed out on round 1, 2 enemy targets are going to be stunned, and they're going to also take focus damage. I think this stun chance at max is increased to 100%, so it's a guaranteed stun on round 1. So you start out with Black Captain, you deal a lot of damage. There's a high chance your units are going to attack twice in the first 2 rounds, and you're also going to hopefully stun. If you have this maxed out, you're going to stun lock 2 of the enemy targets. Sometimes they only have 2 different types of units with them, so you might stun everybody or at least 2 out of 3 of them. So you start them off stunned, and you get attacked several times, and before they even get a go, they're going to have hardly anyone left. So those are the kind of 4 abilities you want to go into: Black Captain, Convener, Ring Wraith, and Nazgul Screech. Now up here we have Mortal Poison. Normal attacks inflict 10% poison damage, continuous for 2 rounds. And then last but not least, I think this ability maybe would be better one day if they did a little bit of a buff to Fell Beast. It sounds like it's just not as ideal as it would sound. But when using Fell Beast, the Witch King has focus and speed plus 3. And the enemy commander, sorry, I guess our server is progressing during my video here. The enemy commander has decreased might and focus, and at the max level, Fell Beast gains stun immunity. So very solid, but I just don't think the Fell Beasts have proven to be the best hireable troop for evil in the game. So if they were to get minorly buffed, that could definitely change. And the abilities here are Dishearten, where the enemy units deal less damage. Again, this could be very good just on top of, Mortal Commander, and you're just trying to lessen the amount of damage that other troops do, but you're probably not going to have enough points to go into too many of these, so you're going to want to focus on a few. But that's Dishearten. And then the last one here is Chaotic Retreat, where the enemy units have defense -5 starting out. So those are the 4 skills for the Witch King. Again, Black Captain, Convener, Ring Wraith, and Nazgul Screech, I think, being the priority here. And then after you have all of that done, if you're level 50, if you have high respect and have extra points, you could start looking at going into other ones just to make him even scarier. But those 4 by themselves are going to be really, really good. So now let's look at his stats and the equipment I have on him. All right, so I got stat page pulled up here. Again, he is a leader, so he gets +5 command at level 20. So just the ability to take 5 more command worth of troops is pretty solid. So he's, you know, compared to, he'll be able to take more troops than anybody in the game. The only other than, you know, if people also have the leader perk and they're maxed out, obviously. But those with the leader perk are going to have an advantage and just have that little bit of extra troops, which could make a big difference in the end. So he has a leader perk. He does take the Ancient Dragon skills to recruit, but that's pretty common knowledge there. And then his stats here, he has the highest might out of all of his stats here at 2.26 per level. His focus is 1.67 per level, and his speed is 1.91, almost 2.0 per level. So again, his might is the highest. Damage dealt by army is at 10.4% right now. You want to get that as high as possible. So I put stuff on him that increases damage for melee units. For Uruk-hai specifically, I'm using a lot with him, with the alchemists, and then just overall might increase. So these may not be the best weapons for him. Let me go ahead and move this over here so we're not blocking the items there. But we have extra might, army speed for Uruk-hai. Uruk-hai deal extra damage. Again, might, Uruk-hai HP. We got more might here, HP for melee units, and then might and army attack, as well as allied melee units do an extra 4% damage. So all those things are just going to help bolster the Witch King as a crazy damage dealer. The last thing I wanted to look at was just a quick comparison on one battle. Again, you could do a lot more testing with this to verify, but I've been taking 130s with the Undying, who's another tier 3 commander, and the Witch King. And I took these pretty much back to back and just noticed at a 10 level difference, the Witch King is 27 and the Undying is 37. The Undying lost 57 troops. They're dead, they're gone, and the Witch King only lost 23. Now, there is obviously RNG involved. There are going to be differences that happen. I haven't been able to do too much with him. Again, you can see with the Witch King on a 150 land here, he lost 50. This one, he lost 210, so a little bit bigger losses there. But my point being, the Undying is 10 levels higher. He has a lot more troops with him, and the Witch King is just punching up. Part of that because of his leadership ability, part of that just because he's kicking butt. So at 10 levels lower, he is doing really well, because when you get into battle, he's going, and as you can see right here, they get follow-up. So the Dragoon here gets to attack once, and then they attack a second time. So they're just knocking out double the amount of troops. So it just, you know, I beat this army in 2 rounds. They hardly got to do anything. So it's pretty crazy, you know, compared to the Undying. The Undying's great, don't get me wrong. I think the Undying's going to be better used at higher respect personally. But this one went a little bit longer. Not too much longer, but 5 rounds compared to 2. So there's a lot less chance for the Witch King to lose troops. He just takes stuff out right away. He's nasty. He's mean. He's got a sword that's on fire. I don't know what else you could ask for. So that is a quick look at the Witch King. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this commander, and if there are other commanders you'd like to see me take a look at in the future. But that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you all in a future one.